If you're a man over 60 and lately you've noticed something subtle but frustrating, like your legs feeling heavier, your energy dipping mid-afternoon, or that quiet struggle with performance you don't talk about, I want you to pause. Because what if the culprit wasn't age, or your heart, or testosterone? What if it was something as ordinary as what's on your breakfast plate? You see, there's a morning habit nearly every older man has fallen into that might be quietly draining your circulation, your strength, and yes, even your confidence in the bedroom. And the worst part? It's so common, we barely question it. I'm Dr. Maya Kapoor, and for over 30 years, I've walked alongside men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, helping them reclaim the energy, clarity, and vitality they thought they'd lost. And I can tell you this, aging is not the enemy. Your body still wants to function, still wants to feel strong and connected, but it needs the right fuel. And unfortunately, most men are unknowingly starting their day with foods that work against them. Processed toast, sugary cereals, empty calories that give a quick boost, then crash, leaving your blood flow sluggish and your muscles undernourished. But the good news is, the solution is incredibly simple. It starts with one food, one overlooked powerful food that's likely already sitting in your grocery store, waiting to help restore circulation from head to toe. This isn't about pills or quick fixes. It's about feeding your body the way it was designed to be fed. This single food, when eaten consistently, acts almost like nature's version of a circulatory tune-up. It boosts blood flow, sustains energy, and supports performance in every sense of the word. Today, I'm going to walk you through what that food is, why it's so powerful, especially for men over 60, and how you can begin using it tomorrow. I'll also share a few more breakfast additions that work in harmony to restore blood flow, muscle strength, and nerve sensitivity. But before we dive in, I want you to take one small action. If you care about staying independent, strong, and confident as you age, subscribe to this channel because I share only real practical tools that actually help men like you thrive. And if this message already speaks to something inside you, type yes in the comments. Your words might help someone else feel less alone. Now let's talk about the food that should be on every man's plate. Beets. That's right, cooked beets. They might not sound exciting, but they're one of the most effective and natural ways to support circulation, particularly in the areas where aging tends to cut it off first. Your legs, your brain, and yes, your groin. What makes beets so unique is their richness in dietary nitrates. These convert into nitric oxide, a molecule your body uses to relax and open blood vessels. The more nitric oxide you have, the easier blood flows through your body, bringing oxygen, nutrients, and life to every tissue. After 60, your body's ability to produce nitric oxide drops significantly. This is one reason so many men begin to notice cold hands, restless legs at night, cramping, or changes in sexual function. What's frustrating is that they often blame aging when in fact, it's a biological process that can be restored. Beets provide the raw material your body needs to boost nitric oxide naturally. When you eat them, roasted or steamed, the bacteria in your mouth begins converting the nitrates into nitrites, which are then transformed into nitric oxide. This single act helps your blood vessels widen, your blood pressure lower, and your performance improve, not just in the gym or during a walk, but in more intimate moments as well. Many of my patients have reported feeling the difference within a week or two. One man, James, 67, had been experiencing nocturnal leg cramps that interrupted his sleep for months. We added 2 small cooked beets to his breakfast each morning. By the end of the second week, the cramps were gone. By the end of the month, He looked me in the eye and said, "Doc, I feel like I'm 45 again." His strength came back, his steps were firmer, his energy no longer dipped midday, all from 80 grams of cooked beets a day. And it's simple to prepare. Roast or steam them, then dice them into an omelet or breakfast hash. If you have a history of kidney stones, avoid raw beet juice. It's higher in oxalates. But cooked beets are generally very safe and very effective. Now, what do you pair them with? Plain Greek yogurt. And this, my friend, is your secret weapon. Greek yogurt is one of the most underrated powerhouses for men over 60. I call it the morning anchor because it sets the tone not just for your digestion, but for your muscle repair, hormonal balance, and energy levels for the rest of the day. Why is it so essential? Because as you age, your body's ability to build and maintain muscle declines. But muscles aren't just for lifting things or looking good. They support your balance, protect your joints, and help pump blood back up from your legs and pelvis. When those muscles weaken, so does your circulation. You feel it in your stamina. You feel it in your steps. And for many men, you feel it in the bedroom. Greek yogurt steps in to support all of this with high-quality protein, healthy fats, and critical minerals like potassium, calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. One 200-gram serving delivers roughly 20 grams of protein, enough to kickstart muscle recovery, stabilize blood sugar, and even support nitric oxide production. You see, during fermentation, Greek yogurt creates bioactive peptides, compounds that actually inhibit an enzyme called ACE, angiotensin-converting enzyme, which would otherwise constrict blood vessels. By blocking it, Greek yogurt works much like beets, helping to widen arteries and improve circulation. Together, these two breakfast items form a powerful foundation for vascular health and physical vitality. Now, let me tell you about Mariano. He was 64, recently retired, and struggling with muscle cramps, low energy, and what he described as quiet fatigue. He swapped his usual toast and coffee routine for one small bowl of Greek yogurt, topped with a few berries. Within 6 weeks, his morning walks were easier, his cramps disappeared, and his mood noticeably lifted. "I didn't expect much," he said, "but I feel like I got my rhythm back." That's the beauty of small shifts. They work quietly but deeply. And if you're lactose intolerant, don't worry. There are now excellent lactose-free Greek yogurts made from coconut, almond, or soy milk, many of which are fortified with calcium and protein. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. So if you can start your morning with a food that supports muscle repair, hormone production, and vascular flexibility, why wouldn't you? Now, here's where we bring the magic up a notch. With blueberries, I want you to picture these little berries not as snacks, but as tiny vascular repair tools. Inside every blueberry are anthocyanins, natural compounds that, once absorbed, stimulate nitric oxide production just like beets. The result? More open blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and better blood delivery to the organs that need it most. In fact, clinical studies show that nitric oxide levels rise within just a few hours after eating blueberries. That means if you add them to your breakfast, especially before a walk or workout, you're preparing your body to perform with greater oxygen, fewer cramps, and more endurance. But even beyond the physical, blueberries affect your brain. They support memory, mood, and the hormonal responses that regulate arousal and motivation. Raphael, a 65-year-old former accountant I worked with, was skeptical. "Blueberries? Really?" he said. But after 3 weeks of adding a small handful to his Greek yogurt each morning, something shifted. He felt lighter, less stiff, and more focused. But more than anything, he said, "Doc, I'm feeling that zing again in the mornings. You know what I mean?" I knew exactly what he meant. Blood flow doesn't lie. So what's the ideal way to use blueberries? Keep it simple. Add half a cup to your yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie. Eat them with a spoon. If you're sensitive to fiber, start with a smaller portion and build up. This is your circulation we're feeding, not just your taste buds. And now, I want to introduce you to the final powerhouse in this morning equation, one that supports muscle firing, nerve conductivity, hydration, and balance, especially for men who wake up stiff, groggy, or struggling with numbness. I'm talking about a humble, grounding, deeply nourishing food, the steamed sweet potato. Now I know, sweet potatoes for breakfast? It might sound unusual at first, but this warm, soft root is exactly what your aging body needs when it wakes up depleted. After 7 or 8 hours without food, your muscles are empty, your blood vessels are craving minerals, and your nerves are searching for balance. A steamed sweet potato sprinkled with just a pinch of Celtic salt delivers exactly that. Not sugar, not caffeine, but real grounded energy that stabilizes your system from the inside out. Sweet potatoes provide clean, complex carbohydrates, the kind your muscles convert into glycogen to power movement without triggering a blood sugar crash. Combine that with the 80-plus trace minerals found in Celtic sea salt, magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, and you have a recipe for hydration, nerve repair, and stronger muscle contraction. This isn't about fueling just for energy. It's about fueling for balance, coordination, and pelvic control. For men over 60, that means fewer stumbles, more stable walking, and even improved bladder and erectile function, because everything down there depends on reliable nerve signaling and smooth muscular flow. I remember Thomas, 71, a retired mechanic who complained of groin tightness, cold legs, and needing to brace himself on the nightstand just to stand up in the mornings. He had already tried stretching, massage, even physical therapy, but nothing stuck. Until we changed his morning habit. I had him eat half a steamed sweet potato with a glass of warm water and a pinch of Celtic salt before his usual breakfast. 3 days later, he called my office. "Doc," he said, "I stood up this morning and forgot to grab the nightstand." It just happened. I felt grounded again. It's simple biology. When you give your body real minerals and carbs first thing, it doesn't need to compensate with tightness or tension. It performs, it stabilizes, it opens. That's what we're after here. Restoration, not stimulation. Confidence, not quick fixes. So now, let's look at where we are. You've got cooked beets for circulation, Greek yogurt for muscle repair, blueberries for nitric oxide and brain support, sweet potatoes for hydration and nerve balance. But there's one final addition, small, crunchy, and often overlooked, that completes the picture. I call it the quiet circulatory switch, and it's hiding inside a handful of walnuts. Yes, walnuts, not almonds, not cashews. But walnuts because they're uniquely high in an amino acid called L-arginine, which is a direct building block for nitric oxide. When you eat walnuts in the morning, you're giving your body the raw material it needs to generate better blood flow, right when it needs it most. And that matters deeply for older men. You see, your blood vessels tend to be sluggish in the morning. They've been resting all night. The first hour after you wake is a golden opportunity, your chance to reprogram how your circulation works for the rest of the day. That's where walnuts shine. Just 30 grams, about a small handful, delivers half a gram of L-arginine, plus magnesium, vitamin E, and healthy fats that nourish your arteries and keep your nerves firing. These aren't just snacks. They're vascular fuel, but beyond their biology, walnuts are easy. You can toast them and toss them into your yogurt. Sprinkle them over warm oats. Blend them into a smoothie, or just eat them straight with your sweet potato and beets. However you do it, that simple act, adding walnuts, turns your breakfast into medicine. Let me tell you about Alan, 69, who came in complaining about low morning energy and weak circulation. We added a walnut-based routine, 30 grew with yogurt and blueberries each morning. Within a month, he reported better walking endurance, warmer hands and feet, and, to quote him, a noticeable difference when I roll over in bed. That's code, of course, for blood flow. And for men in their 60s, that quiet return of response is often the thing they miss most, and the thing they're told is gone for good. It's not. You just have to wake it back up. Now, one note of caution. If you're allergic to nuts, skip the walnuts. If you've got IBS or gut sensitivity, start small, maybe half the portion. Walnuts are calorie-dense and fibrous, so you don't need much, but you do need consistency. This brings us to the part most men never think about, the timing, because knowing what to eat means nothing if you don't know when and how to use it. This is where transformation begins, not with trends, but with habit, and it starts the moment your feet hit the floor. Your body doesn't wait for motivation. It waits for action. And the first hour after waking, that's when your blood vessels are most open to receiving nutrients, when your nerves are primed, and your muscles are ready for fuel. If you skip breakfast, or worse, reach for sugar, toast, or just caffeine, you're missing the window. You're sending your body into the day on empty. And over time, that one choice adds up to fatigue, slow circulation, stiffness, and yes, a quiet erosion of confidence. But if you use that hour wisely, if you feed your body beets, Greek yogurt, blueberries, sweet potatoes, and walnuts, you're not just eating, you're rebuilding. You're restoring oxygen to your muscles, boosting nitric oxide, feeding your nerves and your heart and the parts of you that still want to feel. And you're doing it without pills, without gimmicks, and without shame, just food, real food that speaks to your biology. So what do you do starting tomorrow morning? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to overhaul your life, but you do have to begin. Pick one of the 5. Maybe it's 2 eggs with a slice of beet. Maybe it's Greek yogurt with blueberries and walnuts. Maybe it's half a sweet potato with warm water and a touch of sea salt. You choose. You prepare it tonight, and you eat it within an hour of waking. That's it. That's your first step. And in just a few days, watch what starts to shift. Feel your legs gain energy. Notice how your hands warm up again. See if your walks feel steadier, your breath comes easier, and your mornings greet you with a little more strength. Maybe even that quiet signal down there, the one you thought was gone, begins to stir again. And if you're sitting there wondering, but isn't it too late for me? Let me tell you, no, it's not. I've seen men in their 80s take this seriously and watch their vitality return. Slowly, steadily, but surely. It's not about reversing time. It's about honoring the time you still have and making it stronger, clearer, more grounded. Because aging doesn't steal your strength. It only asks whether you're still willing to fight for it. So here's my invitation. Tomorrow morning, will you reach for what you've always had? The toast, the quick coffee, the nothing? Or will you decide that this chapter, this next decade, is still yours to write with clarity, strength, and pride? You already know what works now. You've got the science, you've got the foods, you have the window of time that matters most. And you have the reason, your circulation, your strength, your energy, your intimacy, your independence. You don't need to do it all at once. You just need to start. Start with food that your body knows how to use. Start with belief that your best mornings haven't passed. They're waiting. Start with one small action that becomes a habit that becomes a transformation. Because this isn't about breakfast, it's about self-respect. It's about remembering that your body, even now, still wants to heal. It's about waking up and choosing vitality over resignation, presence over passivity, hope over helplessness. You have the tools, you have the timing, and now you have the choice. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments. Type yes if you're ready to take that first bite toward better circulation and energy. And share your favorite breakfast food that gives you strength. Your comment might just inspire another man to begin again. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe. Because we're just getting started on this journey together. I'll be right here with you every step of the way. Take care. You're stronger than you think. And your next act? It starts at breakfast.